What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally, and I mean literally, does not work. Um, I actually got some really exciting news. I finally bit the bullet, and I've got to rearrange a whole lot of shit here in my life, i.e., my workshop. Finally getting a CNC machine, and it's going to be able to change what I'm doing 100%. I mean 100%. And I can't wait. It'll be here in 1 to 2 weeks. But I'm going to have to reconfigure my workshop to make it more usable. And I think actually I've come up with a hell of an idea to make it work. But I've got to literally, like I said, rebuild the whole workshop. I've got to move everything around, change some of the outlets and stuff that are in here to make it work. But I think I've got a great idea for it all. But anyway, that's not what you're here for. You're here because of football. Okay. Our Cowboys have been up and down all season. They are now known as the Mr. Inconsistency team. And I guess in some regards, rightfully so, you could say that. Because the first part of the season, we were world beaters on offense. Everything was clicking. Everything was working great. Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard running the ball like nonstop. The passing game was unstoppable between CD and Amari Cooper. You know, our tight ends looked pretty good between Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin. And lately, it has not been great. Also, in that, when we look at problems for the Cowboys, we also have to think about kicking. And Greg Zuerlein is definitely now on the hot seat. What they'll say is Cowboys kicker. He's missed 5 kicks. He's left 14 points on the board in games that the team lost. And that's, excuse me, 14 points Greg Zuerlein has left on the board or off the board because of missed extra points and field goals, which is a true statement. There's no excuse to miss an extra point. None. But he's also been missing field goals. So the question is, does Greg Zuerlein deserve the blame? So I started looking at the numbers because it's like I said, when you hear that statistic, he's left 14 points on the board in games where they lost with a total points of 8 points. That says to you, had Greg Zuerlein made the kicks, then the Cowboys would have won those games, which is a true statement. But as I was looking through the numbers, here's where sometimes you can play with the numbers and be deceptive. Looking at the numbers of the kicks that were missed, 3 of the kicks are over 50 yards. 3 of the kicks are over 50 yards. There's 1 missed kick in the 49 to 40 range. There's 1 kick between the 30 and 39. So is that the worst in the world? If you're talking about missing 50-yard field goals, there's only 2 kickers that have not missed any kicks from 50 plus. Justin Tucker and I think the Jets kicker. Everybody else has missed at least 1. Now, I'm not trying to say that Greg Zuerlein is just a great kicker and that we don't need to evaluate him on his kicks. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying let's look and see where it is. Here's the thing. If our offense doesn't bog down and force them to try and kick a 50, 52, 54, 56-yard field goal, then maybe we're not missing those field goals. And the reality of it is right now, good kickers aren't just out on the street. I mean, remember when Washington had Blewett? That guy? You can get him, Blewett. If you want Blewett on your team, he's available. But you don't have Morton Anderson's out on the spot. Morton Anderson is out on the street, but I don't know that Morton Anderson can still kick. So it's one of those things that there's nobody else out there that you're going to be able to change for and make a difference. So Greg Zuerlein, at this point, the bed is already made with him. And the best thing we can do, because again, he's only missed 2 kicks under 50 yards, except for extra points. He's only missed 2 kicks under 50 yards. Best thing we can do is make sure he's not kicking for over 50 yards. Better yet, how about we score touchdowns? Yeah. So that's all I've got right there. I ran through my head. Oh my God, I'm so excited. At first, when I was going to get the invertibles, it's like 65 inches by 30 inches. I was going to put it over there on that wall. But because it's open and you can do full sheet goods, I think if I actually rebuild and redesign this, I can put it where that thickness sander is. I mean, edge sander is. And if I do that, then I can actually use full sheets of material in here, which will be great. It will be freaking insane to be able to do that. So I'm working on figuring out the best way that I can maximize the space that I have. My wife always says that I am really, really good with spatial relationships. I have a way of getting every inch of space out of a place to make it as functional as possible. So take the edge sander, move it over there, take the thickness sander, slide it more that way, and then build out around here for the invertibles. And then that way I've got a bigger work surface that I can use in here. I can use that as part of the table for it to support it. And keep, look, see, this is where my wife is 100% right. See down there? There's my 15-inch thickness planer. I took it off the base and put it down on a cart so that way I can run my long pieces of boards and stuff through there. So yeah, we're going to work this shit out. And we're going to be really making some stuff that you guys will want to get. Yeah. Engraving, customized tables and chairs and stuff that'll be able to come apart. So that's what we're going to work on. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you soon.